left off by talking about John Brown and whether he would need a waiver before he departs the United States. My friends, my name is attorney Deani Winter-Funde, and I am an immigration law practitioner in the state of Florida. This month we are focusing on waivers. I left off with the hypo about John Brown. Now, John Brown has entered the United States unlawfully, and the question was, does he need a waiver? In screening clients, I always try to find out their immigration history. How did they enter the United States? Were they inspected at a port of entry? And I also try to find out who is petitioning for them. That will make a huge difference in whether they need a waiver or not. The other factor that comes into play is, are they exempt from this waiver? There are individuals that are filing for asylum or maybe filing for under the Violence Against Women Act. For those kinds of visas, they allow for certain kinds of exemptions. In other words, you may not need a waiver, or the waiver doesn't apply simply. So I always make sure that when I'm screening clients, I try to find out, because I would rather my client be exempt than to go through the process of a waiver. You will see from my later videos that this is a very intricate process because you have to prove all kinds of hardships. So one of the things I always try to do is to find out whether my client is exempt. So we've talked about waivers, we've talked about exemptions. The third category that we think of when we are looking at red flags are whether that person will need a permission to reapply. It is very important that you distinguish the consent to reapply from a waiver. The consent to reapply is not a waiver. In fact, I have had clients that need consent to reapply and a waiver. How is this different? Consent to reapply means that you have been deported or removed from the United States. So you have committed some kind of act, or you have entered unlawfully. However, you're now outside the United States. There's a few individuals that they were ordered removed but never departed, and so they will also need the consent to reapply. So those are the three big categories that I'll touch on for this set of videos during the month of November. Join me for my next week videos as I delve into waivers and what it looks like, what is the process, what do you need to show. Again, I ask that if you're joining me for the first time to like, follow, and share. And until next time, this is attorney Deani Winter-Funde, and walk that.